Hey everybody, today we're diving deep into 10 things you may want to know about Guilt of the Graveworld, the first adventure path for Starfinder 2nd Edition. This video is aimed squarely at game masters who are trying to decide if this is the right campaign for their group, so crucially I need to start with two warnings. First, in the interest of transparency, Paizo did provide me with a copy of this adventure path for review purposes. Second, and most important, this video is full of spoilers. If you're a player, click away now. Seriously, the entire point of this video is to arm GMs with the context and twist that they need to run the adventure effectively. We're going to be discussing secrets that challenge the core lore of the Starfinder setting, so again, proceed only if you are a GM and do not plan to be a player in this campaign. Guilt of the Graveworld is designed to be a complete story arc that takes characters from 1st through 5th levels. Whereas most adventure paths are comprised of 3 to 6 softcover books, each published monthly, Guilt of the Graveworld is one complete book published in hardback form. In that regard, it might feel more like an extended single-volume adventure than the level 1 to level 7 adventure paths you may know from 1st edition. The adventure doesn't start with a simple bounty or a retrieval job. Instead, the heroes are hired by Ulrika Clan Holdings, a powerful dwarven mining megacorporation, to investigate a distant asteroid. This initial work quickly uncovers an ancient, highly advanced, and suspiciously well-preserved Elebrian space station. What seems like a routine job for a corporation immediately catapults our heroes into a galactic conflict with the infamous Corpse Fleet. This opening effectively establishes the high-stakes, corporate-industrial theme that underlies much of the adventure's early motivation. A major discovery that alters the accepted cosmology of the Galarian system is that one of the two worlds thought destroyed in the event that created the diaspora was not, in fact, annihilated. History records that a catastrophic Aoxian superweapon destroyed both the planets Damiar and Iovo. However, the revelation the PCs uncover is that the planet Iovo was instead secretly shunted into a protected pocket dimension within the astral plane. This single twist changes the face of the Pact Worlds and is the core motivation for every major faction that's involved in this adventure. The reason the Corpse Fleet is so interested in the asteroid and the hero's findings is because this ancient space station contains vital information about the weapon that was used in the original Cataclysm, a weapon known as the Death Whale. This device is a terrifying piece of technology, and the Corpse Fleet is seeking information that might let them reverse engineer or gain control over it. This raises the stakes from a mere retrieval mission to preventing the undead armada from acquiring a new apocalyptic weapon. In order to unlock this long-lost ancient technology, the players must find someone with a specific nearly extinct genetic code, the last still living members of the Elebrian species. The same event that destroyed Damiar and created the diaspora also led the Elebrians living on Aox to accept undeath in order to survive. But a very few truly living Elebrians have also survived the millennia since and are now forced to serve and entertain the cruel undead of Eox in order to keep extending their lives. And only a truly living Elebrian has the genetic code that's necessary to unlock the station's secrets. After the grim setting of Eox in Chapter 2, the adventure takes a hard turn into what the book calls wacky pop culture. The players must participate in a deadly spacefaring reality television show to gain access to a critical NPC. This chapter is divided between dark reflections of real-world reality shows based on programs like Hoarders, American Restoration, and Storage Wars. For example, the players must participate in a cooking competition show like Iron Chef, where the contestants must prepare a 3-course meal for a celebrity judge. But unlike with a Gordon Ramsay show, here the contestants must gather their own ingredients by digging up graves for flavor packets and hunting laser wolves for their meat, or taming those wolves and preparing a vegetarian option. And in the later half of the chapter, the players star in a war film recreation that almost echoes Tropic Thunder in how it plays with things like military fiction and reality. So GMs need to be prepared for this massive shift in tone as the horror and exploration themes of the early adventure momentarily take a backseat to comedic performances and pop culture references. The adventure also introduces a powerful NPC who becomes an indispensable ally, especially during the strange events of Chapter 3. This charismatic media producer holds a secret that directly ties them to the original cataclysm that devastated the system centuries ago. Their current efforts to aid the heroes and save the last remaining living Elebrians are motivated by a deeply personal and mysterious need for redemption. The final chapter of the adventure mostly plays out as a dungeon crawl. The heroes must first infiltrate a heavily defended corpse fleet base. This will call for evading anti-ship defenses on their way to the base, hacking the installation's necro server to scramble the base's security systems, rescuing a prisoner, battling the undead, and more. Ultimately, the player's goal will be to tow the ancient and mysterious space station that was discovered back in the first chapter of the adventure across the drift and return it to where it belongs in the diaspora. Once it's there, the players may be able to free the long-lost planet Iovo from the pocket dimension on the astral plane that has hidden it for thousands of years and return that world to the Galarian system. Where the return of this long-lost planet leads our heroes next will be largely up to you, and an official sequel to this adventure path has been confirmed but not officially announced yet. The adventure path also introduces the rules for playing an Elebrian, the rare nearly extinct ancestry central to the plot, including 4 Elebrian heritages and 26 ancestry feats. It also provides the Corpse Folk versatile heritage, allowing players to create characters of any ancestry that have been transformed into the kind of undead found on Eox. These options will help flesh out any characters connected to the Graveworld of Eox and its lore. This adventure is for GMs whose groups thrive on high-stakes, lore-altering cosmic conflicts where the character's actions can fundamentally change the setting. Groups that enjoy mixing genres might appreciate the sudden, bizarre shift from serious horror and space exploration into a satirical reality TV show, which could offer a much-needed comedic break and focus on role-playing challenges. And anyone interested in undead characters or the lore of Eox will find a lot to like about Guilt of the Graveworld. Conversely, a GM might want to avoid Guilt of the Graveworld if their players prefer a consistent gritty tone, as quote, the wacky pop culture of Chapter 3 could be a potential sticking point that derails immersion if it's not handled correctly. Additionally, groups that prefer open sandbox campaigns with more freedom might find the highly structured and tight narrative of this adventure to feel a little stifling. So let us know in the comments below if Guilt of the Graveworld sounds right for you. And as always, I'd like to take a moment to thank everyone who supports me in this channel, whether you do that by clicking the like button, subscribing to the channel, subscribing to the Patreon, or buying a super thanks. I greatly appreciate everything you do to support me. And with that, thanks for watching, take care, and happy gaming.